Good afternoon, Warframe community. My name is Tom and I thank you guys so much for tuning into my Warframe channel. I have an exciting new video for you guys today. Today's video is about how you can make a lot of platinum in Warframe. I'm a well-seasoned trader and I'd like to share with you guys some of my personal tips and tricks to make the most out of your trading experience. There will be a lot of content which needs to be covered, so I will most likely break up the information across multiple videos. For the first part of my video series on platinum farming, I will focus on techniques that most of the new players can take advantage of as well. Later on in the video series, I will cover some of the more advanced strategies, including the ribbon market, which is an advanced market most players have confusion and little understanding about. If you are just starting to play Warframe, you will eventually hit a point in the game where you will need to purchase slots for either your Warframe or weapons. One of the best aspects about Warframe is the fact that you don't have to pay a dime in order to unlock all the weapons and frames. Slots are the primary reason why players need to obtain platinum, and fortunately, platinum is a currency which is tradable with other players. So you have maxed out all your weapons you have obtained early in the game, and you have items waiting to be picked up from the foundry. You are in quick need of platinum in order to purchase slots, so what would be the first step? For most new players, their first source of platinum will be from farming void relics. Early on in the game, you will come across a junction which requires you to find and unlock the void relic segment for your orbiter. After this is done, you will have access to Void Fisher missions, which are essentially standard missions but with an extra requirement of finding 10 reactants which are dropped by corrupted enemies, and these enemies spawn when a Fisher appears. If players have picked up enough reactant, at the end of the mission they will be rewarded with a random prime part listed on the Void Relic. If you are playing Void Fishers with other players, each of you will be able to choose your preferred reward from the ones that have been opened. Prime parts come in bronze, silver, and gold tiers, which also corresponds to their rarity. Void relics can be refined in the Void Relic segment, which increases the chances that the silver and gold prime parts will be awarded instead of the common bronze prime parts. For instance, if you were to bring an intact Void Relic into a Void Fisher mission, this will give you a 2% chance of obtaining the gold tier reward. If you were to bring a Radiant Void Relic instead, this will give you a 10% chance of obtaining the gold tier reward. Once you have obtained 10 reactants in a Void Fisher mission, you will also be awarded with some Void Traces. The Void Traces are what is used to refine these relics. Relics come in various tiers, such as Lith, Meso, Neo, and Axii variants. Lith is the lowest tier, which corresponds to lower leveled missions, whereas Axii is the hardest tier with higher leveled missions. Early on in the game, you will most likely obtain Lith and Meso relics, and closer to the end, you will be able to obtain Neo and Axii relics more frequently. Please note that a gold tier reward from a Lith relic does not mean that it's worthless compared to a gold tier reward from an Axii relic. Some prime parts may be obtainable through different relics and different relic tiers. When it comes to farming for relics, there are a variety of missions you can do in order to get them. For Lith relics, I recommend a low-level excavation mission on Earth, as those are commonly awarded. For Meso relics, the defense mission on Isle Jupiter is the preferred location. For Neo relics, the defense mission Hydra on Sedna would be preferred. For Axii relics, my personal favorite location would be Heracon on Pluto, which is an excavation mission, and this is also a great source of leveling up weapons and warframes. Once you have obtained a very strong loadout, you can always do Sanctuary Onslaught missions. If you are doing the elite version of Sanctuary Onslaught, the relics will be awarded as Radiant variants, which is very good, as you don't have to spend the Void Traces to upgrade them. The best practice for opening Void relics would be to go into the recruiting chat and find other players who want to open up the same relic. Groups like these generally want everyone else to be using a Radiant relic, and in short this is known as a rad share. By running a rad share, the group will have a 40% chance of obtaining a gold tier reward at the end of the mission. When running rad shares in public, always check to see that the other players have also equipped the same relic and it has been refined to avoid being taken advantage of. Also important to note that if you abort a Void Fisher, your relic does not get consumed, so you're able to use it again. Once you have obtained a decent collection of prime parts from opening relics, you are able to sell these to other players. I recommend that you only sell duplicates of the prime parts you have obtained to other players if you have not already fully built the item. In order to save your time and sanity, I do not recommend new players to use the trade chat in order to buy or sell prime parts. If you want to be efficient with your time, I highly recommend you sign up with an account on Warframe.market, which is where you can list your items for sale. Once you have made an account on that website, you will have to verify it by sending, quote, War Market Man, quote, a private message through the forums. Please do not make a thread on the forums, as this does not work. Private messages only. Once everything is set up, simply search for the item you have for sale and see the prices that other players are charging. If you are in desperate need of platinum, you can always price it 1 platinum lower than the lowest seller. You can always match the price of the lowest seller for fast sales. but please be mindful if there is a huge gap between the prices out set by the lowest seller. Sometimes it can be a fake offer which makes you sell the item for less than the current market value. If you have set up your Warframe market account correctly and you posted the item for a reasonable price, buyers will private message you if they are interested in purchasing your item. You can simply ask them to invite you to their dojo or meet at Maru's Bazaar on Mars to complete the trade. Be mindful there is a trade limit imposed based on your mastery level. The higher your mastery level is, the more trades you can conduct per day. If you are receiving platinum from other players, please know that there is a 500 credit tax per platinum traded. The fastest way to earn credits for new players would be to complete a Dark Sector mission, which is available on most planets, and these will generally award between 20 to 25,000 credits on completion. For more seasoned players, the Index missions, when unlocked, provide the fastest source for credits. Anybody can farm prime parts fairly easily, and it is a great source of platinum in the game. There are countless prime parts, and each of them may have differing prices to them. How do you know which prime parts to go after, and how do you make the most out of your Void Relic farming? When it comes to making the most out of Void Relic farming, veterans pay attention to timing. If you guys don't already know, prime warframes and weapons are constantly being released after a couple of months. In order to prevent diluting of the drop tables with old prime components, the older relics eventually get taken out. Once the older relics are taken out, this is known as a vaulting, and the relics are no longer obtainable in the game except if you trade it with other players. The prices for older prime parts are generally the lowest since they have been out in circulation for about 2 years. As more and more players start playing Warframe, they will eventually need the vaulted components, so the price of them will steadily rise over time after they become vaulted. Essentially, by reducing supply, the price of the vaulted parts will eventually go up due to demand. The vaulting of certain prime components are generally predictable, and you can use this to your advantage. By looking online at the release dates for certain primes, you can expect the oldest one currently in circulation to be the one that's about to get vaulted next. During the making of this video, the oldest prime in circulation right now is Necros Prime, along with the weapons Galatine Prime and Tigris Prime. Galatine Prime and Tigris Prime are among the strongest weapons in the game. The prices for these parts are low right now, but after a couple months, it can be expected the price will go up by more than double or even triple the price. A smart player would take advantage of this news by trying to farm and stockpile the parts for the prime components that are about to be vaulted, and then they can sell them a couple months down the line for a pretty hefty profit. All prime parts eventually become unvaulted after a certain period of time in order to stimulate the supply once again. When unvaultings happen, it's generally for a couple of weeks, and then the void relics associated will be vaulted once more. If the prices for vaulted prime parts are already high and the prime components in question are in demand by players, in this case such as Rhino Prime, a good way to earn platinum would be to farm the unvaulted prime components early on and sell them right away when obtained, or simply stockpiled and saved up for sale after the unvaulting expires. The absolute best way to make platinum off prime parts would be to farm for the newly released primes during the first hour, the first day, and the first week of release. I remember when Hydra Prime was released, a single component would run for about 200 to 300 platinum during the first hour. At the end of the first day, the rarest components would sell for about 150 platinum. At the end of the first week, full sets net around 200 platinum. There are many veterans in the game who have stockpiled countless platinum through their sales of prime parts or other goods, so they are willing to skip the long grind in order to obtain the newest primes right away. During the Hydra Prime release, a full set of Ballistica Prime and Nami Scarlet Prime were going for about 600 to 1000 platinum during the first day. If you're looking to take advantage of the high prices for newly released primes, the absolute best strategy is to max out all your syndicate standing and purchase the Void Relic packs for 20,000 standing each, as they provide a quick route to earning the newest Void Relics immediately after the patch hits. One can also buy the Void Relic packs from the marketplace with platinum, but this is a lot more risky, and as you are not guaranteed one of the newest relics from them. One last strategy I'd like to leave to you guys today is how you could obtain almost any prime set for next to nothing after putting in a very small investment. The trick here most people are unaware of is to make the most platinum, they should sell their parts as a full set rather than to sell them as individual parts. For instance, what I like doing when there is a new prime released is to simply farm as many of the components I can from the Void Relic packs within the first few hours. If I have incomplete sets, I will look to purchase the parts I don't already have from other players. The difference in value between selling a complete set versus selling the parts separately can be anywhere between 30 to 200 platinum. Once I obtain a full set, I simply put it up for sale on Warframe Market for the lowest price. Once the profit has been obtained, I simply rinse and repeat the process and to try to obtain the same set again by farming some of the parts and or purchasing the parts I don't already have from other players. By flipping multiple sets, you can generate a very healthy profit which can actually cover a set for yourself too. This method works as some players do not want to deal with too many transactions and would rather purchase an entire set from one person, which also saves them a couple of trades. A smart trader leverages the platinum already in their account, and this can serve as a helping hand in order to make more platinum. This is a key principle which applies to many real-life situations, and knowing this principle can help you become successful regardless if it's in real life or if it's in a virtual game. If you guys have made it this far into the video, I would first like to appreciate the time you guys have spent to watch it. I hope the information I provide in this video so far is helpful regardless if you are a new player or a seasoned veteran. I'd like to reiterate again that these are the strategies and the tips I have personally found to be helpful during my career as a Warframe trader. This video is not the end of the platinum making series. I'm already in the process of creating the next video for you guys. Prime parts are not the only way one can make platinum, and there are more strategies I will be sharing in future videos. If you guys found the content to be helpful or useful to you, feel free to let me know down in the comment section below. I'm a new content creator, so any feedback you guys have is greatly appreciated. I have obtained a lot of information from seasoned veterans back in the day when I started playing, so now I am hoping I can get back to the community by making some informative videos. If you guys are interested in seeing more videos of this nature, please let me know. Positive feedback is what keeps me creating more content. I would greatly appreciate if you guys subscribe to my channel and give it a thumbs up if you liked what you saw today. Once again, I appreciate everyone who took the time to watch this video. My name is Tom, username is Omega in game, and I'm excited to see you guys in the next video. Have a good one.